Hi all, so long time no chat. This video is late, it's now the 3rd of March. I've not been very well for the last week. I came down feeling not so great Monday evening after I got back from my craft group, and then by bedtime I was really not good, and I spent all of Tuesday in bed or in the bath trying to regulate my temperature, and I really wasn't good. Basically, it's my own fault. You can't see, but to the side of me is 32 skeins of yarn. Sunday, Duncan and I dyed up 32 skeins of yarn, which was too much to do in one day, but I thought with Duncan helping me it'd be fine. And it wasn't. I overdid things, and it meant that I allowed myself to get seriously run down, and I'm still recovering. It's triggered my asthma, so I have a horrid cough. It's triggered my nose problems. It's basically like a cold, but it's not a virus cold, if that makes sense. I was born with nose problems and blocked sinuses. I don't know what the proper name is. And then obviously, as you know, I have asthma. Hot drink keeping my throat stored. So breathing, coughing, it's all been a bit of a nightmare. Immense pain, one from doing too much and two from the coughing in the ribs and things. So I've not been up and filming anything. This is the first day that I can actually speak for more than a couple of syllables without having a coughing fit. But I have to keep the throat moisturised, and it still comes. So you might see some jump cuts that I have to cut out of this video when I have a coughing fit. But hopefully we will get through this. I'm feeling much better. It's just the tail end of it at this point. So I do have wrote down the people who entered for last month, which is actually only 3 of you. I know for some people this month just disappeared. It did for me. I actually have been working on my South thing on the last couple of days, because the rest of the month disappeared, so I didn't get started on it until the 28th. So very late, but I'm going to show you what I've done anyway. It doesn't matter that mine went into March, because let's face it, I'm not in the competition, so if I'm a little late it doesn't matter, does it really? Sorry. You should see the amount of drink I've got beside me. It's ridiculous. So I'll show you what I've done, and if you remember, for those who don't remember, February was South, so you had to do something for yourself. And last month Sharon won. She asked for some art supplies, so I actually bought her some pens, some gel pens, opaque gel pens, and I really liked the look of them, so I bought some for myself and actually had a play with them, and I'm in love with them. The colour range is not fantastic. They only had one red, but they had quite a few pinks and purples and things, and greens. But this is the picture that I've done with it. Now, I'm hoping you can see, but there's actually like a silver glitter in the pens. Sorry. Yeah, silver glitter in the pens. So it's so shiny and so pretty, and I love it. And you know, the colours, the gel pens, they're really opaque. I don't know how well you can see that. And they blend so lovely together that I was able to get a really good colouring page done. So they're my new favourite pens at the moment. I just wish they came in a better colour range. I don't know if Sharon's had a chance to play with hers yet, but I hope she has, and I hope she likes them as much as I did, because these are awesome, and I'll be doing more colouring. This is actually a colouring book my middle son bought me years ago. It did come with a pack of, a very small pack, I think it was 3 pastel markers, but I wanted more colour, so I used my own pens on them. But anyway, let's get back to this. So February just disappeared, so I haven't actually worked out how to get my computer to do the screen recording. So we're going to do what we did last time, and I'm going to turn the camera around so that it's on my screen, and you can watch it from there. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to turn it around, I'm going to enter the names which I have wrote down here, and we're going to see who won. So back in a second. Right, hopefully you can see that. I can't remember how I set up last time. The angle is not great, but hopefully it's enough for you to be able to see. I will get the proper setup sorted out sometime, but it's just time. But anyway, let's enter your names. So we have Catherine N, or I call her Cat. It's weird saying Catherine when I always call you Cat, but Nikki H, who is another YouTuber who is actually reasonably local to me, and she done my yarn advent calendar for me this last year. And then we have Kathy P, whose birthday is today, so fingers crossed one of you will get a really nice prize. You'll just let me know what it is you'd like to win, because you get to pick what sort of craft supply you'd like depending on the crafts that you do. So we can discuss that once you contact me. But let's click and see who wins, shall we? There we go. So Nikki H. So Nikki, if you contact me, we can discuss what you'd like to win, and we can get it sent over to you. You are reasonably local to me, so I'd probably just drop it through your letterbox rather than posting it. Saves on postage, doesn't it really? So yeah, contact me and we will find out. So let's turn the camera back round. Okay, so that was Nikki. If you just contact me and we discuss your prize. I'm repeating myself, I know, my brain's very high. I don't even know if the camera's in the same place again. I don't really care. I don't think you care, do you, really? So yeah, so time for this month's theme, and I know it's a weird one, but I still think it's good. That's change. I think this time of year we're all going through some changes. The seasons are changing over, and we're starting to get used to what our resolutions were and our new way of life. We are changing to make more realistic goals in our lives, and seeing what we can and can't do with our lives. And I just think change is a really good one to try to let yourself see what you've done to change in your life. That could simply be something kind of like you normally do single colour work, and you decided you want to try to learn to do colour changes in your work. So you do a multicoloured project, because that's a change, it's changing colours. It could be that you knit normally and you want to try crochet, so you're changing your method of working with yarn. Or you normally draw and you want to paint. It's changing something in your life to try to improve your life, to enhance your life. So if you want to learn a new skill, or if you just simply need to take something away from it, you change from doing something that you've not been liking doing and do something that you want to do more instead, so you can make it your last project you're ever going to do with that, and that's your final piece to say, that's the end of that section of my life, I want to move on to something else, and so you don't do that anymore. There's all sorts of different things you can do for change, and it's just a bit of fun. So you could change it up, like do a piece of artwork that's got the trees in the different seasons. It shows the change of the seasons. It could be that you do a self-portrait, that you change your hair colour and you become the person you want to be for fun. There's all sorts of things you can do for change. It's just about having fun. Remember, it is about having fun. This whole thing is about having fun, so stop overthinking it, certain people. But just have some fun with it and see what you can come up with that qualifies this change. I do colour work, but I hate doing colour work because I hate weaving in ends. So I probably won't do a colour work project, but I will pick something that shows active change. I mean, if you want to get really, can't think of the word. Nope, can't think of the word. But anyway, there's a group of blankets, adventurous. If you want to get really adventurous, there's a group of blankets that are colour changing blankets that are literally like rings of change and time of change or something. I can't remember. I've done the ring of change blanket. She has a whole bunch of projects, patterns, all called something change or change something. So you could literally go and find a knitting or crochet thing that says change in the title and do that if you want. Or you could literally do a painting of seasonal change, or take a photo of seasonal change that you can spot outside. There's all sorts of things. I mean, if you've changed what size your body is recently, lost weight or gained weight, you can make an item of clothing that is showing that you're changing your wardrobe to fit your new body change. Just have fun with it. This is the thing that I know some people are struggling with, is the fun side of it. This really is just to get your brain thinking but not overthinking, of just outside of the box ideas. So yeah, just have some fun with it. So yeah, I will get this video up onto Facebook group so you can see when it's been posted, so you can have a look and watch, which hopefully you obviously are at this point because you're seeing this, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm hoping more of you can enter this month. I will do the same as I normally do, and I'll give an extra day or so to enter at the end of the month, so that people who are running a little behind have chance to do something. Hopefully it won't be the 3rd, it'll only be the 2nd, the 1st or the 2nd next month, which depends on everything going on. But I'm going to tell you what's going on in my life right now, other than being ill. So as I said, I recently dyed 32 skeins of yarn. I'll just quickly pass them all through. These are magentas. None of these have been reskeins. They have just been dried and then twisted back up. They will be reskeined. Actually, before I show you that one, and this one gets buried, let me show you this. This is a new hand spun, but I done it with chain ply instead of the 2-ply that I normally do. This is created a DK weight yarn. It hasn't been washed yet, so the the twist hasn't been set yet, but it will be washed along with the others once I finish. I really enjoyed doing this, and it was something I wanted to try. This is kind of like a second South project for me, because I wanted to have another attempt at chain ply. The first time I tried it last year, it feels like years ago, when I first started learning to spin properly. It didn't go so well. I got a little twisted up, but it went much better this time, so I'm getting much better at it. So this was fun to do, but that's the only hand spun yarn that I got done this month, I think. I can't remember what I showed you last month, so there may be 1 or 2 over there that I was finishing off. I can't remember. But anyway, but that's the only hand dyed. So let's go back to the not hand dyed, hand spun. Let's go back to the hand dyed. So I showed you those 2 magenta. We have some, again, colourings off on this camera, but we have some turquoise and magenta speckles. All of these, once reskeined, will have better photos and things, and I will get my proper camera out at some point. This is just my webcam because it's just quicker at the moment because I'm low on space on my laptop. These are turquoise and magenta stripe. These are just turquoise. Sorry. These 3 here, no 4, can't count on you, are actually bright yellow and neon pink. They are really cool. They look fabulous under black light. I have a bunch more magenta here. These are all one dye lot. They all got dyed in the same pot. Then we have violet and green stripes. You really can't see the colours very well on this. I promise I will get better ones. But it just means that you need to keep an eye out when I get the better photos on my Instagram and my Facebook pages. So they're violet and green stripe. And then these ones, I'm currently calling them confetti, but I don't know yet. But these we have bright yellow, neon pink, violet and green, all speckled in, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 2 of each base. So that is all of the yarn I skeined up recently, so not skeined up, dyed with Duncan's help, and there's a lot. This is what broke me, but it was worth it because they are gorgeous. We just need to get them reskeined and labelled up. These are all blends or 100% of either cashmere, silk or merino. Some are 100% cashmere, some are 100% silk, some are merino and silk, some are cashmere and silk. But yeah, that's what I was doing on Sunday that killed me and knocked me out for the rest of the week. So that was clever of me, wasn't it? And if you stuck around this long, you get to hear my exciting news. I am going to be exhibiting at FiberQuest, hence all the dyeing. I still got a lot more to go because I have an event on the 11th for Codford, so I need new yarn for that because my yarns was getting a little low after Christmas and I just haven't dyed anything up since then. And then yes, I am doing FiberQuest this year. I will be selling as a vendor, not just visiting, so I'm really looking forward to that. So there will be more info on my business page for that, so do keep an eye out for that and I will pop the posts up about all that. But yeah, so it's all go here. I've been writing down on the calendar everything I've got on for the year. I'd cut out all of the smaller stalls this year, the really small ones, because I'm not doing the Salisbury street sellers this year. As much as I enjoy doing them, profit wise they're not particularly great. So I was looking for doing bigger events this year, and I was feeling like I hadn't really booked in for much because I'm on a waiting list for a lot of stuff and I didn't get into it, which I expected. It takes a lot to get into some of these shows, so just being on the waiting list is fine. But yes, I managed to get into a few big ones, not all yarn ones, some are horticultural shows. So I wrote it all down in my calendar and suddenly realised that actually I do have quite a lot. I'm still looking for ones for the end of the year. So I want some November, December time for Christmas stuff. But I do have FiberQuest in March. I've got the Cuckoo Fair in April. Party in the Park, which is a local village event, in June. I've got my Codford in March, July, September and November, and I've got Swallowfield in August, which is an agricultural one, as well as I've got a few workshops and things I'm doing for people, lessons and things I'm doing for people. So it is getting pretty booked up for the year already, but I'm gonna be very strict on how much I book myself into this year and try not to do so much as I did last year. I mean, by the end of the year last year, I'd booked myself into, I think it was 8 events in 6 weeks, which is too much. For a normal healthy person, they'll probably think, that's not much, that's fine. But for those of you who know me well, know that it takes a while for me to recover from doing an event. And so booking myself into all of these it was too much, and I've still been recovering now, which is why doing those 32 wipes me out so much, because I hadn't fully recovered from doing so much last year. But oh well, never mind. I'm gonna go because I think Duncan's just doing my lunch and that'll be ready in a minute, and I will get this edited, put together and up. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I hope your month's really good, and I hope you get a chance to actually take part in this month's works. I know a few of you just ran out of time last month, so fingers crossed you'll have more time this month. But I will see you all soon. You all take care. Bye.